2004 was the year of Usher, is what New York Times wrote in their end-of-year music review, as Usher had just come off basically dominating the entire year with his timeless classics and smash hits from his legendary album, Confessions. Today, we're going to take a look at how the album's success not only propelled Usher into the mainstream, but also helped him become undisputedly the biggest artist of 2004. Don't forget to like this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and we'll keep coming through with more content like this. There are few artists who can boldly claim to have arguably dominated an entire year in music, and Usher in 2004 is one of those artists who can stake their claim. Before Confessions, Usher had previously released two strong albums, starting off with the 1997 release of My Way, which had the single You Make Me Wanna. At this point, Usher admits that he tried to create a character to portray, rather than speaking from actual experiences. However, the album still received good reviews and slowly grew Usher's fan base.
It is very hard. I hope I'm not taking too long. It is very hard to, take all of everything that has happened for me this year, because I kind of didn't lose my partner, but he moved on. And I bless you and all of your moves in life, LA. You will always be a father to me.
The album before Confessions was a 2001 release of 8701, which achieved great commercial success, winning 2 Grammy Awards, and helped solidify Usher as one of R&B's premier artists. Usher teamed up with several producers, including the Neptunes, P. Diddy, Jermaine Dupri, and Babyface, to create 8701, an album that Usher says represented his soul and explained that he was inspired by love and heartache. Many say that the love and heartache themes of 8701 were the precursor to what made the Confessions album legendary. This album spawned 2 hit singles, first being You Remind Me, which went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 straight weeks. The second single was You Got It Bad, which again went to number 1 for 6 weeks in 2001. This meant that Usher had spent 10 weeks at number 1 in 2001, and his rising popularity showed no signs of slowing down. Also worth a mention is that at this point in 2001, Usher had started dating Chili from TLC, and she had appeared in both of his music videos as his love interest. This relationship was very publicized during the early 2000s and would eventually go on to play a pivotal role in the highs and lows of Usher's Confessions album. Usher began recording Confessions in 2003. The recording process took place in several locations, including Miami, Atlanta, and New York. Usher had told MTV that during the process, he didn't want to work with any new producers. However, he quickly changed his mind, knowing he had to grow and evolve as an artist. Usher said, "With this album, I chose some new producers who I figured would definitely allow me to really articulate myself in a different way. Every album you gotta grow. You gotta look for something different." One person that Usher did stick with for this album was his close friend Jermaine Dupri, who would eventually go on to write most of the iconic songs on Confessions, basing them on his life experiences, infidelities, and wrong choices he had made. The notion of infidelity on some of the records would be pivotal in the album being successful, as many felt it brought them closer to Usher's personal life, as artists beforehand were not as open about what was going on behind closed doors and would put on a front for their fans. An editor for the online magazine Bustle has stated, "Confessions' influence on the music industry and pop culture as a whole changed how albums are marketed and proved that gossip can sell records." Usher recorded over 40 songs and narrowed them down to 17 songs for the original album, and a few more songs for the special edition version of the album. Then came the title of the album. Usher told MTV News, "All of us have our Pandora's boxes or skeletons in our closets. I let a few of them out, you know. I've got a lot to say. I've got a lot of things and stuff built in me that I just want to let go of."
Yeah! Yeah, man, ATL does it, man. This is the dynamic trio right here. Lil Jon, Ludacris, man, thank you. Thank you, dog, for coming on the record and making it big, man, making it hot, making it hot. I want to thank my family, man. I want to thank my team that holds me down. Tommy Mottola, Champion Management, JPAT Management Mob.
On March 3rd, 2004, Usher released his critically acclaimed album, Confessions, his most successful album ever, and one that would go on to dominate the year 2004. Confessions debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and would stay as the number 1 album in the world for 9 weeks. It also became the highest ever first week sales by an R&B artist, selling over 1 million copies in the first week. Online magazine Pop Matters labelled the album the best English language pop album of the year. The lead single from the album was a smash hit, Yeah, which was released on January 26, 2004. Usher was unsure whether Yeah should be the lead single of his most personal album to date. However, when Lil Jon leaked the song to radio stations across the country, the song had got thousands of radio plays without any label involvement, and this overwhelming response pushed Yeah to be the lead single. Yeah would go on to become the number 1 song in America on March 2nd and stayed there for 12 weeks straight. The song was a combination of the crunk and R&B genres, and that mix was relatively new to mainstream America, but data by Nielsen showed Yeah was the most played song in America in 2004. Yeah also went on to win a Grammy Award for Best Rap Song Collaboration and was labelled as the second best song of the 2000s decade. Yeah had a 12-week run at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, but was then replaced by the culturally impactful and iconic song Burn. Burn spent 8 weeks at number 1 and became the second best-selling song in 2004 behind Yeah.
And, you know, I decided to just go ahead and just say forget it and go out with him. And, I mean, I found out that he was such an amazing person, and he is. He believes in God. He loves his mother. He loves me. He loves my son. And he's perfect for me.
Usher and Chilli were in a well-publicized relationship. However, in 2004 when they separated, it's been widely rumored that the lyrics and infidelity stories behind Burn and Confessions Part 2 is what led to their breakup. But Jermaine Dupri confessed that his personal life was the real story behind the album, and that Usher took inspiration by looking at his friends' personal situations. Confessions Part 2 went to number 1 on July 27, 2004, and this helped secure Usher his 3rd chart-topping song of the year. Usher would end his victory lap of 2004 with the release of his timeless duet with Alicia Keys, My Boo. My Boo spent 6 weeks at the top of the charts and would also secure Usher and Alicia Keys a Grammy for Best R&B Performance, which also highlighted their famous music video shot in New York. Usher became the first artist to spend over half a year at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and Confessions most definitely catapulted Usher into superstardom during that period of time. Vibe magazine has credited this album for birthing other contemporary albums such as Adele's 21 and Drake's So Far Gone. Billboard magazine labelled Usher as the greatest pop star of 2004 and would also write, "With Confessions, Usher has made the big connection. That connection our parents felt when Marvin Gaye sang on the Hear My Dear album. If you did listen to R&B, this was the blueprint for all your favourite stars to come. Drake, Justin Bieber, Miguel, Chris Brown and Omarion." Online website Bustle has gone on to say how Beyoncé's Lemonade album and Ariana Grande's Thank You Next were clear examples of how Usher's album brought the relationship between the gossip pages and the album charts closer than ever. Confessions, the diamond certified album by Usher, forever changed the landscape of music.